Hey, welcome back to Wisdom Tree Yoga. I'm Beverly Baird. Today, I want to share with you a practice for tight hamstrings. A lot of us have tight hamstrings, again, because we're doing a lot of sitting, but if you're a runner or a cyclist, that can also make your hamstrings very tight. So this is a brief practice to kind of warm up, stretch out those hamstrings, and bring a little more movement. So come join me on your mat. You might want to have a blanket handy to support your head. We'll start on our backs. So come down, lay on your side, come to your back. Take a moment or two here to let the back settle in. Unsit yourself. And we'll begin with a gentle warm up the hamstrings and then stretch them a little bit. So on an inhale, stretch your right arm overhead and your left leg long on the mat, creating space. And then exhale, come back to that starting place, foot on the floor. Switch sides, inhale, left arm, right foot, nice length. And exhale, come back to start. Let's do that again on each side. So inhale, stretch. Exhale. Into your side foot to the floor. Inhale, stretch, left arm, right leg. And exhale, come back. And let's try that one more time. Inhale, lengthening, really stretch. Notice I'm flexing my foot. And exhale, back to center. So we're going to stretch into the back of the leg and last side. And back to center. Pause and notice. The pause is as important as the movement in our practice. Now, if your low back is comfortable, stretch your legs out long. You certainly can do this with bent knees, but this is a nice way to go. Right? And on an inhale, take both arms overhead. Feel that full body stretch. And exhale, bring your right knee into your chest, and both hands will come around the front of the knee, drawing the knee in. On your next in-breath, open your left arm out to the side and take your right knee out. You'll feel some stretch on the inside of the thigh. On your next exhale, draw the leg across. I like to drop my foot to the left thigh. Opposite arm reaches out and draw the knee across your body, any amount. So now you're beginning to feel stretch in the outer part of the hip and the thigh. Come back to center. And on an inhale, stretch that leg up to the sky. Support the back of the leg with both hands. And it's okay if your knee has to stay bent here, if your hamstrings, right, are still tight. Exhale, bend the knee, hug it in. And then use that inhale to take the arms overhead, leg long on your mat. We'll go to the left side now. So as you exhale, bring the left knee in, hug the thigh in towards your belly. Inhale, use your left hand to draw the knee out to the left, right arm comes out, so counterbalance. Exhale, bring the knee across. Remember, your foot can rest on the top of the right thigh. Come to you, find that comfortable. Good stretch into the glutes. Come back to center as you inhale, extend the leg up to the sky, supporting the back. Remember, you can keep the knee bent here to accommodate tightness in the hamstring. Exhale, bend the knee, draw thigh in towards the belly. Inhale, lengthen the leg, lengthen the arms. Let's do that again on each side. So exhale, right knee in. Inhale, open it out to the right, left arm comes out to the side. As you exhale, draw it across your body, switching the arms. Inhale, back to center, leg extends to the sky, hands support the back of the thigh. Exhale, knee in towards chest. Inhale, arms go overhead, leg long on the floor. To the left side now. Exhale, knee into chest, hug it in. Inhale, use your left hand to guide that leg out to the side. And then come back to center. Use your exhale to take the twist here. Come back to center and inhaling, stretch the leg up to the sky, support the back of your thigh. Exhale, bring it into your chest, hug it in. And inhale, take your arms long, legs long. Good. Exhale your hands down by your side. Relax your legs. Take a moment here in Shavasana. Notice how your hips feel, your back feels. Now you're welcome to do that same sequence a few more times, or you might be ready to move to the next part of our sequence. So bending your knees, bring your feet to the floor, roll to one side, and make your way up to table. Spread your hands, your fingers nice and wide here, feet underneath your hips. And we'll do just a gentle flow here. So inhale, take your chest slightly forward. Exhale, drop your forearms to the floor. Draw the belly in, bring the hips towards the heels. Inhale, flow forward, chest between the arms, curl your toes, and exhale into a down dog. Again, knees can stay really bent here. Feel that stretch in the glutes. Inhale, come back to table, chest reaches forward, flattening the toes. Exhale, take your hips back towards your heels, forearms to the floor. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, reaching chest forward. Curl your toes, and on your exhale, lift the hips up and back. Maybe straighten the knees a little bit more. Inhale, knees come to the floor, chest reaches forward, flatten the toes, and exhale, come back into child's pose. Inhale, chest reaches forward. Curl your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, knees to the floor, toes flatten. Exhale, child's pose. We'll hold down dog this time, so inhale, coming forward. Curl your toes, exhale, come into down dog, and stay here. Knees can stay really bent, right? So think about pressing into your hands and lifting your sit bones up and back. Then begin to straighten one knee at a time, pressing the heel towards the floor of walking your dog. Inviting a little more stretch into those hamstrings. Then bring both feet to stillness. Take one more breath here. Really energizing through the arms. And then exhale, bring your knees back down to the floor. Flatten the tops of your feet. Readjust your hands if you need to in your knees. And then take your right leg back, toes curled under. You want to press back into your heel. Feeling some stretch into the calf. Then you're going to inhale and lift that leg as high as your hip and draw it now over to the left. So you're crossing that left leg. And turn and look. And you'll feel some stretch in the outer part of this right hip. Good. Bring the leg back across and now bring it out parallel or perpendicular, to the hip. So you want to press the pinky toe side of your foot. I'm going to move back here a little bit so you can see all of my foot towards the floor. And you might already be feeling the sensation of things stretching on these inner hamstrings. If you don't, you can begin to walk your hands back. You see how my hips shift back until you begin to feel a little greater sensation. And depending upon your flexibility, you might even need to bring your buttocks down to the opposite heel and your chest towards the floor. But come to that place where you were getting nice sensation. If hamstrings are tight, you don't have to go very far. Make sure you're breathing and not clenching your jaw. And then slowly walk your hands back forward. Turn your foot away from you now, and you're going to walk your hands a little bit towards that foot. And already you're going to feel the stretch here. So lift your toes and exhale, let them come back down towards the floor. And do that a couple times. Use the inhale to lift the toes. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Hold here. Good. And now walking yourself back to center, slide that foot in. So now your knee is over your ankle and come up to kneeling. So my knee is pointing away from my hip, right? My left shin is on the floor. I'm going to take my right wrist and bring it here against my knee. I'm going to be sliding down that knee. We're helping, again, bring more stretch here. This is all working different parts of the hamstring. The left arm's going to reach up to the sky. Use that arm to lift to get nice and tall as you take a breath in. And as you exhale, begin to slide down the outer part, right, down the wrist towards the elbow, and you're pressing the knee back. Breathe here. And then inhale, come up to center. And now you're going to place your left hand down. I'm going to turn so you can see your left hand down in line with your left knee. Extend the right leg out. Right? See if you can stack your hips one on top of the other and extend now the right arm towards the sky. You feel a big, big stretch here. If you like, you can take this into balance, so you can shift your weight into the left hand, left knee, and lift that right leg up. So if you're flying, it's a kneeling half moon. And then exhale, bring your knee down, bring your arm down, come rest in a nice child's pose. Coming back up into table, I'm going to turn the other way so you can see. Right. Fingers spread wide. Establish yourself again here. Take your left leg back, toes curled under, stretching. Right? Stretching into the calf muscle. So the hamstrings attach from the back of the pelvis all the way down to the back of the knee. So we want to stretch right around the knee. Right, you're going to lift that leg now and take it across. Oops, my leg gets in the way. Toes to the floor. And you can turn and look. So you begin to stretch into the outer part of the hip. You're still feeling stretch in the hamstrings. And now inhale and lift it and bring it out perpendicular to your body. And I'm working the pinky toe side of my foot. I'm going to shift back just a little bit here so you can see towards the floor. Remember, you can shift your weight back. You want to work on feeling the stretch in this inner part of the hamstrings. And then shift back, forward, turn your toes away and walk your hands slightly towards the toe. We're going to lift and lower that foot just a couple of times. Remember to move slowly. We never want to jerk the muscles and cause any tearing. The next time, let your toes come to the floor. See if you can stay here for a breath with that stretch sensation. Good. Walk your hands back to center. And you're going to slide the knee in and come to stand on your other shin. So again, I'm going to turn so that you can see. I'm going to take now my left wrist to the inside of the left knee. The right arm will reach up. I'm going to use that arm to get nice and tall. And then as I exhale, I'm going to slide towards my elbow. And I don't have to go all the way. Pressing the knee back so I feel a nice sensation of opening, lengthening here in the inner groin, hamstrings. Inhale, come up to center. Plant your hand in line with now the right knee. Extend the left leg long and reach this leg up. Try and stack your hips one on top of the other. And you're welcome to stay here, where you can shift your weight into the right hand and right knee and lift that left foot. Try and keep the foot activated. Don't let it just drop there. Press out through the heel, kneeling half moon. And then exhale, bring everything down. Come and rest in a child's pose. And you can bring your arms by your side or extend your arms forward. Take a couple breaths here in child's pose. I'm coming out of the pose so you can hear me. Nice. And one more time, bring yourself up into table. Curl your toes under. Press into your hands, lift your hips, come into downward facing dog, stretching the hamstrings once more. And then begin to walk your feet towards your hands towards your feet. So you come to standing flat on the soles of your feet, relaxing head and neck. Then you can bend your knees any amount that you need here, or straighten them if your hamstrings are beginning to open up. And then bring your hands to your waist. Draw the shoulders and the elbows towards one another, lengthen through your spine, and then using the power of your belly, inhale up to standing. And release your arms. Come back into mountain pose. Close your eyes for a moment and notice. Hopefully you feel some opening in the backs of your legs and into your hamstrings in this short hamstring series. And then opening your eyes, coming on back. So hamstrings can get very tight if we do a lot of sitting, and doing exercises to stretch them, to lengthen them, to hydrate them through movement is really important. I hope that this was helpful to you today, and that you come back and practice with me again often. All the best. Take care.